It's so rusty. So rusty. Kid, you have lost your way. We take a couple weeks off, and all of a sudden on the ones and twos, you're dropping the ball. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Too Thick Pod, your home for all things sports, cards, and levity. I am Cage Lawyer, joined as always by my son, the original intern of Lucas, Tigers, and Bronze, Manny being Manny. At this point, it's 0.0.0 because he did not have to reinvent himself.
What's up, brother? How's it been? I missed you.
What's going on?
Nothing. What's up, Too Thick fam? I missed you.
What's going on, thiccalos?
I know. We're back on the ones and twos, meat sticks and tummy sweats. I'm excited because I have, like I said, if you're listening to my Instagram story, I have a lot to talk about.
He is.
Jeremy has a lot to talk about.
He is. He calls me, and then it's just verbal diarrhea in my ear. I'm driving. I'm texting. I'm emailing. Actually, hold on. I don't want to run that.
You hear that? Driving and texting, everyone.
My chauffeur is driving me around. I'm texting. I'm backseat driving. I am sexting. I am emailing. I'm having multiple conversations. And Manuel is just like, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about this. And I said, save it for the masses. They are hungry. They are thirsty. They want a little something, something. So let's just hang tight for a moment, my friend.
And he's not lying about the sexting because he accidentally sent me a sext one time. And it says, I need you, baby. And I was like, ooh, I need you too. And to come to find out, it was supposed to be to Courtney. I was a little disappointed.
No, so that's how everybody knows that you're lying, because that's not how we sext. It would be something like, cover your ears, kids. I'm going to give you the...
Yeah, I couldn't say it on YouTube.
Something along the lines like, I'm going to blow your back out. I am going to break my knee doing work. I am going to make you proud, and you are going to be sore for many a day as you feel the wrath brought to you by one young bucker. Oh, that's right. Today I'm Cage Lawyer. I am Cage Lawyer.
What? Why did you send me the text of I'm about to P. Diddy you?
I want you to have a good day. I wanted you to think about something. I wanted you to have a little pep in your step, a little bit of that nervous anticipation of what's coming. I didn't want you just going through the mundane in the rat race. I wanted you to have a little something to look forward to, a little zest.
I was a little confused when you said you'll wrestle me for some Frosted Flakes. I was a little concerned under the sheets.
Great.
So I got a little excited. I'm really pumped to be on this episode right now. I
learned a long time ago that, and I'm not that sort of person, but if I were to cheat, I would be the person that gets caught immediately, because I am notorious for sending the wrong message to the wrong person. I get like, hey, yo, dog, what's this about? And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that was for somebody else.
Hey, wrong number, block.
Yeah, like, so I could never even, and thank God I'm not that sort of person. If I was ever like the one that was going to be talking shit, I would get caught up and I would get my ass beat so damn quick, because like, for somebody who is so attention to detail when it comes to texting, it's like whatever I click and I just like, in my mind it's going to Manny, and it's like, hey, Aunt Gail.
Oops, I ain't blowing your back out.
Aunt Gail, yeah, she's like, no, Aunt Gail. And then it's just like racial epithets and like all sorts of shit talking. I'm like, sorry, Auntie.
Yeah, but Jeremy, this is kind of funny. This banner, look at this, Jeremy Gone Wild. We should have titled that segment for Jeremy Gone Wild. But
hold on, time out. You're so rusty. You are so rusty.
Yeah.
As always,
you're so rusty. I just had it up.
As always, this episode is brought to you by the fine gentlemen over at TNT Cards. Make sure you follow them at tntcards.com or hit them up on Facebook at tntcards.mi. They are the group that has, I think, 9.4 thousand followers or members, or however Zuckerberg's page works. And shout out to them paying us while we're not working. It's always a damn good thing.
I like it. And also, we're the only ones that know their like socials accounts, because if you ask them, they will have no idea where to send you guys. So this is where this is the only option that you're going to get to find where their Facebook is, because if you ask them, they have no idea.
Yeah, that is very true. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing over in Portage. Apparently knowing your own information is, whatever. Hey,
Yeah,
as long as cards come in and they send back tens and
yep.
money's in the account, I guess it works for them.
Yeah, exactly. That's all they care about. Jeremy, we've been gone for 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever. We've had our jobs. Jeremy's working from 9 to 5 for both AM and PM. The dude never sleeps. I don't know what's going on. Jeremy, I just want to say congratulations, because you are growing in your business. I know we don't really talk about it, but you've been killing it. You and Courtney, I should say, and Adam. Shout out Adam if you're listening. Probably not, but shout out Adam.
There you go. Yeah. And happy belated birthday to my best friend,
Yep.
my wife, the mother of some of my children. That's a joke. The mother to my children, the person who does all the stuff that keeps Too Thick afloat. We just celebrated Courtney's birthday, and we celebrated, get this, by working in Pontiac at 3:30 in the morning on her birthday. And only to get out there to the contractor that we were working for didn't move a piece of equipment. So we had an entire crew mobilize. And for us, it's about a 45-minute to an hour drive. So we
Yep.
were up at like 2:30 to get out there to not be able to do anything and be stuck for a few hours waiting for them to move a piece of equipment because a project manager made a mistake and didn't schedule to have a piece of equipment moved. Yeah. So that's how we spent our birthday.
Our birthday.
Happy belated birthday to Court. I love you. You're awesome. And I hope that there's a massage waiting for me when I'm done, because, I'm over here working my ass off at the Too Thick Pod.
There you go. And it's true. Like I said, he sent those text messages off. He's ready to get off already.
Yeah, no, in fairness to everybody, because we do have a group chat that we're incredibly proud of. We have people who touch base with us and send us very nice messages that it's like just incredibly sweet and thoughtful. And we care about like the little community that we've built. Life has just it's been crazy. And like we've been working a lot of nights. So like nights you get the kids off to school, then you grab a quick nap and you're back at it. And so I've been pretty like non-existent on any social medias. I might carve out like 10 minutes every other day or something to make it happen. Looks like things are going to smooth out, but these are good problems, and so we appreciate all the well wishes.
For sure. And you have to. They're waiting. Our crew's waiting for the Too Thick trade up challenge, or whatever we're calling it. Not trade up challenge. We're not trading. We're not 12, but. But they're waiting. They're eager. They keep asking me when we're going to pay money, and I'm like, just let it simmer.
They are, man. Like the amount of people are like, "Hey, let me send you money." I'm like, "Whoa. Let's settle down. Let's settle down. I got you. We'll make this work." But yeah, we're excited. You're going to see a lot of traction this weekend, because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you pay for the whole ticket. Or how does that work? You pay for the whole seat, but you only need the edge. Like some monster truck rally stuff. Myself, Tyler from TNT, your boy, Ken, will be making an appearance Saturday into Sunday. And Manny B and Manny 6.9 will be in Cleveland for the Greenies Sports Spectacular. The name of the show escapes me, but it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday show. Took the entire weekend off. And of course, in true spirit, like so much stuff is popping off this weekend. I'm like, nope, I am going to go enjoy myself. So our goal is to finally get some traction on that and pump the content down your throat, because we'll be together and good things happen when Manny and myself are together.
For sure. Yeah, you haven't been to a card show in like...
This will be my first one of the year.
Yeah, like every time I go to Lansing, guess what people are saying? They're like, I don't give a F about you, Manny. Where's my superhero Jeremy at? I miss him. Is he okay? Is everything okay with Jeremy? I miss that big old teddy bear. I can't yell cocaine in public because Jeremy's not here. No one responds. So
Well, I mean, I just want all the lows out there to know that you can yell cocaine whenever you want. And sometimes it'll be even more funny if there's not somebody there to receive it.
yeah, exactly. You might get arrested, but
Yeah, that awkward silence or the goofy stares sometimes is worth the price of admission, if you know what I'm saying.
yeah. I've been doing those card of the days, and I kind of stopped, but I ain't never gonna stop. I'm about to start doing them again. So I just was I wanted to take a little break, you know. We kind of talked about it when I
Just
was
start calling
only
you Tommy.
I was only
You take a break from your break.
yeah, exactly. I was only 15 days in, but I needed a break. The hobby was irritating me because of all the drama. So I was like, yeah, I'm taking a break. I don't need this social media. But then you find some funny stuff like our boy Blaine posted. I had us bring this up, but because I feel like you would love this. Posted he's in his he's a supervisor and someone's asking for a day off on this weekend, and guess what they said? The reason is for his 21st birthday, and they gave him the notice like today. And I DM'd him. I said, "Wouldn't you just lie?" He's like, "Yeah." He said that's so bad.
Just
I thought
get
you'd
the
find
day
that
off.
funny.
Even if you don't, you're gonna have a turd at work.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought you would find that funny being a supervisor yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you put like we in a previous life, we just knew to give everybody off the day after the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Especially if like, like a majority of your crew are big football guys and they're talking all week leading up to the party because inevitably what happens is you get that rash of like my sister's girlfriend's car, the tire fell off, I overslept, I'm tired, I've got a hangnail, my hemorrhoids are flaring up, whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
But you said something. You said the hobby was irritating you.
it
It
was.
seems to be like very people don't know what the hell to do with themselves. So they're just like angry for the sake of being angry.
Well, I know what it is, and a lot of people won't like this, but the content that sells is the drama, and people love it. So people like attach to it. It's like mosquitoes going to a light. They're like, the light is the drama, and we're like, we're trying to be, we're real, right? We'll be positive, we'll be negative, whatever we want, because it's about our journey. But it just seems like people are just nitpicking in the hobby to go to that light so they could get clicks and followers and views and comments, and it's bugging me.
Yeah, that does get annoying. I think that I've always said you're the best at, and why I think people gravitate towards you is you're just you are your authentic self. You like whatever you're feeling, like you're bullish about something, you're bearish about something, you're happy about something, you're sad about something. It's very relatable, and that's one thing that we always wanted to keep is just like however we feel or whatever we're going through, that's what it's going to be. And so sometimes it's up, everything sunshines and rainbows, and sometimes it's piss and vinegar.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, when it's sunshines and rainbows, that's usually when I'm making money. When it's piss and vinegar, I can't sell shit, and that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So, hey, I'm being honest, right? So,
But it's like I think there's like I just I think it's monkey see, monkey do.
yep,
And so you see a lot of people like seeing that like somebody grabs success by like, like constantly attacking, like let's say Jeff Wilson.
yeah,
So then there's like 50 other people that do like the same thing. And it's like, okay, if you're first and you can like be cool with it, then go ahead. But if everybody's trying to do the same thing, it gets tired and gets played out.
yep, yeah. It's kind of annoying, but I actually been buying. That's why I'm kind of looking over here, and I found a lane, Jeremy, that I'm sticking to, and I'm not. I found so I'm gonna do TCG because I like TCG. I like anime.
Sure.
But my lane, and I'm realizing this, is ever since the NIL and Fanatics got the licensing for Bowman University, college has been amazing. Not, I mean, it's always amazing to me to watch, but I'm saying in the card hobby. Caitlin Clark, Victor Wembanyama, everyone's buying it, Bronny James. But if you are savvy enough and watch the games, you can find so many good deals on like amazing players. So I've been stacking up some Bowman University. So at the Greeny show, that's what I'm going to be looking for. Look at, I got this bad boy in, Will Howard, transferred to Ohio State, Ohio State's quarterback. I just been picking up my Michigan State guys out of 25. I'm trying to get stuff under 50 autos or something like that. And I got other players, but I'm not. if you want to ask me, I'll tell you the players, but I don't want to spoil what I'm getting because then I want to get them.
And like, so like, for instance, like at the Michigan State guys, you get stuck with it. You're not mad having it because you're an alum and these are your boys. These are your peeps.
Yep. So out of 25, Xavier Booker, 5-star recruit, $30 auto. Jeremy Fears, he was a 4.5 fringe. This one out of 25 auto, like $15. They're both freshmen. So I mean, they're Xavier Booker especially could go pro, and I'm buying them up right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder what that card looks like. And let's just say for Booker, in 3-4 years, and he's a first time or second time All-Star. He's got some highlight reel dunks. He's in like he's got flashy game. He's on ESPN. He's the talk of the town. All of a sudden, I think that card becomes a big card. I don't know if it quite becomes like Bowman first for baseball big, but I think naturally people start to look at it because it has the Bowman logo. It has the first.
And so like you'll never get the margins of Bowman baseball, right? But there are margins because where we live, we're in the Midwest. You realize it besides the Chicago area because you have your Chicago Bulls, you moved to Michigan, you didn't realize the Michigan State rivalry.
No idea.
Indiana, basketball. Kansas, Kentucky, basketball. Duke, basketball. Like there's certain areas in like United States that it's specifically college. That's people live, breed like college sports. Ohio, some people like the Browns, some people blah, 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 but it is Ohio State Buckeyes in that state. So I think we're right in the good, like right when NIL, they could sign with Fanatics. You're getting their first autos from these guys. I think it might be the future of prospecting pretty much.
A couple things that are apparent to me. You're happy.
I am.
And you seem like you're having fun.
Yep.
So I kind of think like hobby, happy, having fun. These are all things that go together. And I also believe that
that is?
Yep, Kenneth Walker.
Yep.
75 out of 75. That's the old eBay wound of wound.
I was like, how'd you know that? But the first year they put it on the front.
And then like your price point is low. So like your risk is significantly less.
Correct. And you could honestly rip. It's expensive. Like cases are like $2,000, and that's because they have a key player usually, like Ronnie James, Caitlin Clark, Victor Wembanyama, Caleb Williams. So it does go. It's like $2,000 for a case. But the thing is, you could sell these players in lots and make your money back and hit that case hit. You know what I mean? So there's opportunity.
$2,000, man. A couple years ago, I was paying damn near that much for a fucking box of Prism.
Exactly. So for a whole case, you get the case hit. A Caitlin Clark auto. You saw what the gold went for, and the one of ones recently on PWCC and Golden. Like it's crazy. Victor Wembanyama cards.
Sorry, I only pull Caitlin Clark autos out of 25. I don't know what the out of 50s go.
Exactly, and don't tell anybody. I wish I was there when you guys were opening that because I would have been so hyped.
Yeah, and what's crazy is the amount of Jeremy Fears that I had that ended up going to JoJo.
Yeah, JoJo, I'm gonna fight you, JoJo, and I'm gonna take your cards because I'm older. So
yeah, big ups to big bro JoJo. It sounds or Icy. Icy looks like he just got engaged. So congratulations to him and new Mrs. Icy.
Correct. So Icy, Mr. Icy probably won't be at shows as much as JoJo now. So JoJo's going to take over.
He's going to take the reins. Although I think he might have been driving a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just saying that because I'm going to see JoJo more. So you know what I mean. You want to stroke the ego a little bit.
Exactly. I brought up the auction house. I know I've been talking about Bowman U. I'm excited to talk. I've been just talking this whole show. I want you to talk about your PWCC experience because of the Greenie show that we're going to.
Yeah, so I decided to have some cards shipped home. And I'm not a big, like, when I say vault, I'm not like these other guys that have like, 5 and 6 figure cards.
He does.
Like I just, on weekly auctions, I win a few and I just like I let them roll up until they build up. And I knew the show was coming, so I'm like, I'm gonna ship some cards home, some raw stuff I can get graded, some other stuff I can take with me, so I have a little bit of inventory. And I usually give it a few days, and I'm not one that ever pesters or follows up or anything like that. And I'm like, just seemed odd. It was taking a while. Well, I got a note, and it was like, "Hey, so yeah, there was a delay in your fulfillment because we couldn't find a card, and it's gone. So we're just gonna go ahead and credit your account. Thank you." And I was like, "What?" So my frustration, and I expressed this very nicely in an email to my rep, was the value, and I want to be clear, this is not a big card. The value that you are crediting me is what I paid for long before this player, not long, we'll just say well before this player started balling and prices have gone up. Why am I not given current market value based on verified data that I provided? Additionally, this is a player I collect, not Patrick Williams, that I can go back well over 4 years. It's documented on YouTube and my Instagram page. This is a player that I've collected. I spent the time to buy the card. I spent the time to get it fulfilled and have it shipped home. Was delayed in getting my shipment. They even acknowledged that. How come you're just giving me the value of what I like? There's got to be something, and not even like a heartfelt like, oops. And I said, look, I know fanatics, this doesn't move the needle or whatever, but like I'm legitimately a hobby person. This sort of stuff just kind of like pushes me away. This is the kind of crap I hear about from like Golden.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, come on, man. Like,
I have 3 things for that. 1, Jeremy has a rep with PWCC, if you caught that. 2, I want in the comments to tell me what player Jeremy's talking about. And 3, how the hell do they lose your card that you purchased? Supposedly they had this sweet ass vault for every customer, but they lost your card.
and I want to be clear in the message that I sent, I was very much like, I'm frustrated with the situation. I'm not at all angry at you. You're just obviously a middleman. You have to deliver bad news. But the message didn't come like, it just read like not sincere, not heartfelt. And to me, it's not about the money. Like I wanted the damn card.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm like, you know what? I'm always accepting like these people, they sell me. I'm just talking about the hobby as a whole. They charge me for grading and then they just give me arbitrary numbers. They sell me product that like the quality control is crap. Sometimes it doesn't even have the autos. You get redemptions, you get points. I'm like, this is like an auction house. I paid for the card. I knew what I want. I stayed up on a Sunday night. I went into extended bidding. I bought the card. And again, not a big card.
It
I
was
just want my
Thursday
card. I
night.
just want my card.
Thursday night. It was the premiere auction.
It
Stop
was
lying to people.
it's not premiere. I promise you. It was here. It was an RPA though.
All right.
Small card.
You're just trying to get me riled up because you brought up some company that I word vomit.
No, but like my point to them was like, look, man, it's doom and gloom with everybody in the hobby. There is this sense that like it's just all a cash grab. Everybody's angry about something. In this moment, I'm not playing with big cards. I am playing with like the kind of cards that the average person in the hobby would. I won this card at a good price of a player I like and that I collect. And you're just like, meh, we lost it. Ain't no thing. We'll credit your account.
So
And then like,
did they give you like the whole total amount too? Like,
man, it's such a small amount though.
I know, like the current market.
It's different.
Exactly. And then if it's like someone like John Moran, I'm like, no, give me the money of what I paid for it. But either way, if they lost the card, they should be more like reserved to help your customers a little bit better, regardless if the card went up or down. If it went down, give you your money of now. But if it went up, you make so much money as a company. Then that's what scares me about these auction houses when you're sending your cards. For us, we kind of are like the low mid end. They don't give a shit about our cards because we're not in the premier auctions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get nervous sending my cards for consignment. Because like that situation, they just lose your card, which I mean, you're not.
Seriously, it felt like it was like when you do like a virtual chat and it's like they give you 10 options and whatever you pick, you're gonna get an auto reply.
Yep,
I felt like it was that, like a copy and paste message.
they might be at Greeny. You want me to come and take them?
No, it
I
is.
know.
And like I didn't want to take the route of like I'm hobby influencer. I have blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
you should have said that.
I should have though. I
You should.
thought about it. I'm like, man, like this is how we blow up even more. Hey, we are out for the people. Like
Exactly.
we can be like Rage Against the Machine. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I like it. Just
Mhm.
say, did you see my HGA video? Did you see that on YouTube? Exactly.
14,000 fucking views, man.
All saying, look at Courtney's thumb fingers.
Yep. Hey, on a side note, I want to give the biggest shout out to Jason Deerdick.
Yeah.
Great guy. I sent him some cards for the last Dallas show to do graded card review. And like my dear wife might have confused the situation by sending some raw stuff in there that was supposed to go to somebody else. So like Jason sent me a message and he's like, "Yeah, so I'll get these cards ready I'll get them prepped for you." I'm like, "Wait a minute." They were all BGS 10s, and I was looking for that bump for the black label. I'm like, "Please don't crack them. Please
Yeah.
don't crack them. What the hell are you talking about?" And he's like, "No. The raw cards." And I'm like, "Raw cards? Hold on one second. Hey, Court, did you send raw cards?" And then like it was like, like when she recognized like, oh, that was supposed to go in the other package. So I'm like, "No, Jason, don't touch those." But my guy dropped him off, graded card review, hooked it up, great service, one of the great people in the hobby. If you're not following, make sure you do. Thank you, Jason, for everything, my brother.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, but he's awesome. I love Jason. He's like one of my first people in the hobby that I talked to. So I do got to give him a shout out. He also is the one that kind of inspired me for Bowman U. There's a couple because he's the one that rips NASCAR. He rips WNBA and because he enjoys it and he's able to because of the price point and he enjoys the hobby. He's always at Dallas. He was with um Kendall, guy Kendall. They're boys in Dallas, so they're nice guys down there. We need to make it to a Dallas show.
Yeah, only Courtney apparently goes to Dallas. And I will say this: what fascinates me about Jason, and we got into this like on an old episode of Hobby Night School, is like alternative ways to make money in the hobby. And like he's totally crushed it, like in the WNBA game, like you said, NASCAR. And if you go back and listen to that, some of the stuff he does, those strategies work still to date very, very well. And I do know at some point we've talked about doing a whole thing, like just even if it's like a 7-hour podcast of like getting into the nitty gritty,
Yeah.
getting the numbers, analytics, why, the hows, the who's, the what's, the when's. And I know like you would absolutely not be a part of that because it's just it's not dick and fart jokes. So
Wow.
beyond you.
We talked about this. When you have a job like I do where I'm looking at data all day, I don't want to look at data after work. So that's
You're right.
kind of
You're there all day crunching numbers on market movers, doing your damn
oh, yeah,
thing.
exactly. No, Jason, he helped me with an argument the other day. When Caitlin Clark was playing, shout out Caitlin Clark because she put the whooping on LSU. She had the other team doing the Jordan shrug after she shot her three. I don't know if you saw that. Haley was doing, I don't know what to do. And I never seen it on the opposing team doing the shrug. So she invented something new. Usually it's Jordan doing the shrug or Kobe. But I asked him, I said, is Caitlin Clark better than Sabrina? Because Sabrina's his girl. And he's like, Sabrina, 100%. So I want to get him on one of these times and be like, get a debate going about Sabrina or Caitlin Clark because those two are going to take over the WNBA. Or Caitlin Clark might go to the Big Three for $5 million.
Caitlin's a beast, man.
She
She's so she's slick.
Yep.
She is slick.
She looks like a young Jeremy out on the 3-point range shooting from the logo.
She might actually have a little more touch. There's not many people in the day that I would say has more touch. She might have a little more touch.
Well, I didn't say you were making it. I said you're shooting from the logo. She's making it from the logo. You were shooting from the logo.
Oh, come on, dude. I'm a 50-40-90 guy.
All right. Well, I want to get into. You talked about PWCC.
Yep.
I want to
Now,
talk
I
about.
will at this point, this transpired this morning, April 3rd.
Yeah.
So I will, like, the next time we record in June 97, I
Yep.
will follow up and I will give them a fair opportunity before I absolutely go banana. And not that I'm gonna go bananas, but like we'll see how they respond. It would be nice if they did something nice like, hey, can we help you relocate this card? Hey, here's $10 in credit for your inconvenience. Hey, here's something. I don't know.
You should be like, send a picture recording and be like, do you know who my wife is? Do you know who my wife is?
Do you
Give
want
me
to
my
be
card
on
now.
the next article of Hobby News Daily?
Exactly. Do
Do you
you
want to be written about in Basketball Card Fanatic magazine, even though you sponsor it?
exactly? Do you want to be vetoed off all scavenger hunts on every big show?
Do you want to be thickest of the week? And I'm not talking in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. All swollen from the black eyes she gives
Exactly.
PWCC. But all right, so my issue lately, and I've been thinking about this, and maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I am dumb. But what is the biggest scam in the hobby? And I was thinking about this because people complain, like I was telling you in social, mystery packs are a big scam. uh the products wax sales of fanatics, like what the price points are, actual scams on ebay allowing people to bid up, shill bidding and all this. My biggest scam in the hobby, I think.
I don't get a guess.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, sorry.
Biggest scam in the hobby. There's a to me, there's a very obvious answer,
Hmm.
but I'm an overthinker. When something's too obvious, I'm trying to find the next thing.
It might be the Too Thick podcast scamming their
Scam.
followers because we don't produce content for them on a daily basis.
Uh biggest scam. So biggest let's hear it. I think I know what you're gonna say, but
All right. So, in my opinion, the biggest scam in the hobby, and no one talks about it because they're making money from it, is grading. Putting a slab on a card and telling me a grade of a card based on a human saying what the grade is. And that human one day can give me a 6, the next day give me a 10 on the same card. As long as I keep cracking it and send it to them, they get more money that way. Um, I you got people that complain about, our guy Kurt Cards Care because, you know, every card in the vintage world's probably got something done to it, either trimmed, got put in the humidifier to get like those creases out just to get the better grade from a human. So, and and if your cards were valued way too much because they gave you a good score, they didn't give you a 9. Maybe it was a fringe 9, 10. But let me give you that card a 10 because I know now you have to pay a little bit extra to our company. Maybe it's because of insurance. I don't know. Maybe grading can manipulate the market that I've heard that they did with Jordans. There's too many PSA 10s. So, hey, this one looks like a PSA 10, but let me find something to give it a PSA 9. So we keep that pop report very low for people. And I know people are going to be like, yeah, they don't do that, but it's human. It's humans that are grading our cards. And they could have an off day, One could like you said, have a 21st birthday. Come in the next day because their supervisor didn't let them off and they're like, I'm giving PSA 6s to everyone or
you
SG6.
get a 6. You get a
Exactly.
7. You get a 6.
So I oh, and if you get upscaled on your card, guess what? You don't get anything special. You don't get a better slab or, better plastic on your card. You
You
get
get
the
to pay
same
more.
plastic. You get the same plastic, Jeremy, as someone that's sending in Bowman $5 cards.
You get to pay more. And let me introduce you to the term upcharge.
Upcharge. Exactly. So I don't know. I feel like grading is a necessity in the hobby. I do think so. Because it gives you the value of like the state of the condition of the card. But sometimes I think we rely on it way too much. And then you're gonna have the vintage people say, that's why we say buy the uh, eye appeal of the card. Well, guess what? That eye appeal of the card was probably trimmed and put in a hydro or put some like something on it to make it altered. Most of your PSA cards that are vintage, yeah, I'm talking to you, Tony. The ones that smell like mothballs, those vintage cards are probably altered, but they're graded to make the eye peel look better.
I love it. I love like the vintage voice, like
Yeah.
buy the card, not the grade.
That's all they say. That's all they tell me. Buy the card, buy the grade. Well, guess what? The grade probably is better because it was altered.
So the one thing I've been consistent about as long as we've been doing content is like if you went to a department store and you bought a designer bag and there was something wrong with it, you return it, you exchange it, and you are made whole. If you go to a restaurant and there's poor service,
Yep.
oftentimes, if you're eating at a reputable diner. Now, I know that in a previous life, you used to frequent the Waffle House, which
Oh
is
yeah.
a different sort of thing.
I
But let's
love
say
it.
you go to a reputable diner,
Yep.
restaurant. If there is poor service, oftentimes your meal is comped for you
Yep.
and there's additional compensation. The, at one point, my cards were held hostage
I didn't
for
even
like
get
a
into
year and a
that.
half.
I didn't even get into that.
No
Oh,
communication, no sorry, no $5 credit, no nothing. Just a big, fat, stinking bill with a bunch of like mediocre grades for cards that at this point had no value.
at
And
least give the option to be like, hey, these are still raw from 2 years ago. I know the market for Kobe White card base optics are now like irrelevant. Do you want your cards back for free? I will ship them back to you.
now I do think there was, in fairness to them, I do think there was a point in time where you could like pull your cards out of a queue.
So
But here's the thing. I wasn't sending my cards in. I was using group submitters.
yeah. Shout out TNT.
No, this was way before. This
I
was
know.
before I even know who. Like this is back like in the sports card mafia days.
Usually
504 Frank,
Mark's cards.
Card Collector 2, all
That
sorts
guy
of
that Mark's
what's
cards.
his face? My guy who I've met a million times that bought cards from his kids. I've had dinner with him and he never remembers my name and acts like it's the first time we met. Nash Cards.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They do groups.
So this is like this is hey Chris, I'm Jeremy. Oh, have we met before? Yeah, only like 100 times.
yeah.
Um, so there was, I think there was an opportunity, but like, if my cards are mixed in with a bunch of other people's, like the odds of that happening are, but nothing, absolutely nothing. They say something on a website, and routinely it doesn't hit. And then when it does, let's say it's like 10 to 20 business days, and then like you end up waiting 30 to 40. The one time an order does hit in the time thing, like, oh man, we're moving fast, and it's like that isn't fast. Like you're hitting the timeline that you set forth. Fast would be doing it quicker
Yep.
than that. And we all know that it's happened to all of us. And
Yeah.
we all accept it. We walk around with a dumbass smile on our face. And please, sir, can I have some more?
Yeah, exactly. Another thing is you have all these companies, three big companies. PSA, we'll say, brings in the most money on resale value. My opinion, their slabs look like Ronald McDonald Happy Meals. That's kind of my opinion. Sorry. The grading. How do you know their grading is more, their humans that are grading are more prestige than the other companies? Because I know for a fact SGC and BGS probably have better graders than some of the PSA, same vice versa. There's levels of graders, but we're going to take PSAs and they're going to be the most sought after cards. And that's another thing is like that's why I do like the idea of AI grading. I think it could be a little bit better and more like because there is like some issues with some of the AR
You're
grades.
talking like tag or something like
Yeah,
that.
like I do like that idea, but the problem is we have so many cards that are graded from a human that it's kind of hard to like get over that hump to like start. Let's do computer grading because then it's you take all those factors out, and I don't know. We just like I said, we I mean we all do it. Like we're all looking for the black label. We're all looking for PSA 10s.
We've
We're all
also
trying to
all
buy
been the beneficiary. Like we've all had times where we've been absolutely stabbed. Where like this is the most perfectly centered,
yeah,
no issues, great surface, great corners, great blah 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 blah. And like for whatever reason they give it a bad grade. But we've also had a card where like yeah that thing's an 8 all day,
you got
and you
to
get like the random 10. You're like, why can't you folks ever do this on my big card? Why'd you do this on this like this shitty little card?
and that's when the conspiracy theories come out about the pop report. We got to keep the pop report down. But I don't know. I don't think it is. I just think it's like I said, it's needed. We rely on it way too much as a hobby, and they could do anything, and we would just bend over and take it. They could keep our cards hostage for 2 years. What other company keeps your cards hostage for 2 years, or keeps any product of yours for 2 years and makes you pay full price?
And we'll all send more in.
Yeah, and we do it every time. It's like you know, we're all manipulated. Like we need to get these cards graded, which I get it. I know the older card shop owners, they're so against grading cards. And it's like when I first got in the hobby, I'm like, why are you so against it? Like they're trying to charge me PSA 10 for raw cards because they think it's a PSA 10. And I'm like, that's dumb. But on the other hand, I'm like, okay, they're not relying on getting the cards graded and paying extra money. So what like there has to be a middle, and we can't be getting, and that's why I think it's a big scam. Like I love all the grading companies, so they're gonna hate me now. But
So I'll
it
tell
is
you this. Um, I think it's at Victory Investments. He does like all these little skits and stuff like that. I think he actually did some with Cousins Collectibles at one
yep,
point in time. He had this skit where it was like grading the grader,
yep,
which was like, it was pretty funny, like kind of poking fun, like, we'll grade your grade.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Give me the grader's information, give me his contact information, give me his street address, give me everything when they grade my card. I don't want it to be anonymous anymore.
I think I would always grade cards. I do like, and like it would seem I like my cards in a slab. Like if
Mhm.
they're in a top load, I don't have to worry about them falling out. If they're in a one touch, I don't have to worry about
Yep.
them like sliding and being pinched or creased. Like the idea of like making sure that it's authentic, but at the end of the day, there's people out there doctoring up cards. Striving for tens takes just his videos are awesome. Like they're
Yeah.
cool because it'll show like a card that's rough as hell. Then it's got like some substance on it. Then it looks like the most refractor that ever refractored. And
Yep.
then it's like in a PSA 10 slab.
Like I said, I'm I'm bullish. Like I'm saying all this, but like for example, this 1010 SGC. Guess what I'm gonna do? Crack it and send it to PSA because I get more value. BGS 9.5. Sorry, one grade is at a 9. So Gen Min. The centering, it's the centering. The centering looks fine on me for me. I'm gonna crack it and send it to PSA because you know why? The margins are crazy for PSA, and they have my hands tied because that's how we have it. So
I mean, there's been some big cards. What was it like? What was it? Was it a Trevor Lawrence Color Blast rookie?
yep,
It was like a PSA 6 or PSA 7, and the next time it reappeared. I think it was a serial number card. It was something that like they were able to identify it was the same card. It
yep,
was in a BGS black label.
yeah. How about this? Maybe I'll do this for content, or maybe we both can. We'll find a card, a raw card, and send it to SGC. Get the grade, crack it, send it to BGS, grade it, crack it, send it to PSA, grade it, crack it, send it to CSG, and then see all the different grades that you get on the same card.
If you go to Reckless Cards YouTube, Courtney and I did something like that a few years ago,
Did you
where we
guys?
bought like between SGC, PSA, and BGS. We cracked
Yeah.
them and crossed them all. So we did like the before and the after.
We'll do one card to everyone. We'll
Okay,
we'll put
let's
it
do
on
it.
we'll put it on TNT tab. So We'll just have them send it and record the information, and we'll just make it as a content piece.
I like it. We really should do that. That would be fun to see.
Yeah, exactly. I like it.
It's and now like the question begs, and I am not up to date. I am not hip like you youngins. All this talk about grading. I did see like there's a Mr. Minty Cybertruck or Ferrari or something. Yeah,
Really?
I briefly saw it. Kurt's name is mentioned every 2 minutes.
Yeah. But Mr. Minty does the same thing.
No, but what I'm saying is grading,
Yeah.
technology, best in class, authenticity. We're in this weird space where you're not. Are you allowed to clean your card? Are you like not allowed to clean your card? You can't touch your card. You can't look at your card. You can wipe it down. You can use water, but you can't use chemicals. You can do like
You want
what's
no? I
going
want
on?
to know the funny. You want to know the funny thing about social? The same people that are complaining about Kurtz and Mr. Minty, I see them at their booths or sending cards to Kurt to get their cards looked at.
So I don't think Kurt. I think Kurt makes videos. I don't think he'll touch anybody's
I'm
cards.
sorry, he sends the product. So I see
Yeah.
people that have this product but are complaining about people. Dude, the hobby's so messed up. But
So
you
this,
do. It's wild.
this is funny. I saw I don't remember if it was a Babe Ruth card. So Courtney and I went out to dinner with Kurt and his wife 6 weeks ago.
Yep.
And me, Courtney, and Kurt's wife had some drinks, and Kurt doesn't drink. We went back to their house, and we hung out for probably 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours maybe, and we talked about cards for like a grand total of like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that was like his downstairs where you see where he does his videos, like the camera and the setup. You got all the guitars in the back. He showed us a Babe Ruth that he was, I guess, for lack of a better term, working on.
Yeah.
Just something that was, he was just introducing a little bit of moisture to it. And I kind of like, I enjoyed the moment for what it was. And it was just very natural and organic. We were talking a lot about like music and like other stuff, being married, having kids, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I look forward to the next opportunity when I get together with Kurt to actually talk about cards and get into more of like this sort of stuff and get his view on it. Because I will tell you this, and I'm not saying anything about the card things. That is a genuine, thoughtful,
Yeah.
caring,
He's a
nice as can be guy that I have ever dealt with. And you and I have crossed paths with him at shows before.
Yep.
But to be welcomed into his home and to just see what kind of human being he is, he's a good dude.
The one thing I want to ask him the next time I see him, and it's always been on my mind. Yeah, I like how. I mean, it's the eye appeal, right? He's fixing it up for eye appeal, like we said, the vintage stuff. Long-term effects on these, like, because we don't know him putting moisture on the cards. Yeah, they look good right now, but in 10 years, I hope they don't go back to original state. You know what I mean? Type deal. So I do want to ask him if he's like researched like for long-term effects, because I think that's what most people's problem is because if you buy this expensive card, PSA 10, right, and it was at PSA 6, and you get it 10 years down the road, you open your box in your basement and it looks like a PSA 6 and a PSA 10.
I'll tell you what, I could message him right now. We could have him on immediately. I'll tell you what, though, I'm not interested in dealing with the comments on YouTube.
Yeah.
I would turn that off and just like let it be, because it wouldn't be a smear piece. It wouldn't be like just like it's genuine curiosity. It's genuine.
We wouldn't try to get him. It's just, I mean, that question I have is probably, hundreds of people have that same question, right? So I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he'll be at Greenie.
I don't know. I just know that he hasn't molested any of the fine Patrick Williams in the showcase behind me.
There you go. I love it.
I got another showcase going up soon.
Yeah?
So check this out. I've got this, like, one of these, like, these are all, like, for ComC.
There you go.
I was getting ready to do a little shipping label, and I see that they're going to be in Cleveland this week, accepting submissions in person. Your
Cheaper.
boy, your boy just saved like $15 in shipping.
I think they
When
do cheaper. They do cheaper too. When I sent them in at National, they did them cheaper and they got on the site within 2 weeks.
oh damn,
Yeah, so it when I did it at National, it seemed like it was like rush service for the same price.
okay.
So maybe that's the case. So good job on you. I have to go through my cards that now that you reminded me and get a submission going because ComC is where it's at. Especially with these Bowman cards. You could buy some good Bowman cards on ComC.
You really can. I
I
do
don't
want
know.
to we were talking about content. I want to plug longtime friend and your boy and our guy for Courtney and myself, the creators of Cigar Night, Cage Lawyer. I was messaging him earlier, lining him up to come on and do an episode. Of course, he was incredibly gracious
Yep.
and willing and ready to be a participant on the Too Thick Pod. Those are always some of the most listened to episodes that we do when you get a man like Cage Lawyer. So that hence me taking the moniker today at Cage Lawyer. But one of the guys in our group chat, Jerry Petrie.
Yep.
Am I saying his last name correctly?
I think so. I never
P-I,
heard him say
it's
his last name.
P-I-T-R-E, and I was looking for him like where he said his name,
Yeah.
and I don't think I caught it. So Jerry Petrie, he's got a new podcast out,
Yep.
and I'm interested in checking it out because I know if he's wise enough to come into the Too Thick Trade Up Challenge chat, that
Yep.
he's an intelligent, handsome, charismatic young man.
By the way, I think Blaine wants in. He asked about it, but I don't know.
Add him.
Okay.
Blaine's my guy.
I know Blaine.
Anybody
Like I
who
said,
makes merch, anyone, why is that even a thing? Why didn't you add him like a month ago?
well, I didn't know if he wanted to be in it. The Quiet Card Podcast, by the way, is his podcast.
The Quiet Card Podcast.
Correct.
I look forward to the next time I'm commuting to checking that out. I saw he was dropping it. I saw some clips and I'm like, man, it grabbed my attention and I'm going to check it out.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll have to check that out because I mean he was a dedicated listener for Lucas Tigers Bronze. So I've known him for a while. So shout out him, his work ethic. He's been killing it in the game recently. So
Dude, he's everywhere, man.
yep.
So make sure you come see Manny and myself Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We will be in Cleveland. And if you know anything about Manny and I, when we're out of town at card shows, we tend to find breweries. We tend to find cigar bars. We tend to be a little sluggish in the morning because we are. Oh, there you go. Yeah. 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 Manny takes sleeping medicine at 4 a.m. and then wonders why he's sluggish at 5 a.m. when it's time to get up.
Exactly.
Leche con sal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, yeah. Find us. Bring me Bowman U cards.
And bring us Pat Williams.
Also buy my cards so then I could buy your Bowman cards.
Pat Williams.
There we
and
go.
As always, people carry the Bible.
Are you reading a chapter?
Not tonight. I just want to let you know this stays this stays on my persons at all time.
I got asked by a person, I think it was Silver. He's like, I need the Too Thick Danny Rick chapter next. So
thick.
we'll have to read that chapter because the people want it. The people are like, we heard that they were in the hotel together, started making out, and then you blue balled us. You stopped reading it. So
we hit them with the 3-year cliffhanger to the point where people forgot what they were cliffhanged about.
Exactly.
Attention any longer.
Well,
bring it home, Manuel. Bring it home.
What do you want the people to do, Jeremy?
I would like them to continue to support the greatest sports, cards, and levity podcast in the game. I'd like them to be kind to people. I'd like them to be mean to stupid people. and make sure, most importantly of all things, smash.
That was pretty good. Those vocals, man.
Smash. I have reached the point where, like 4 hours of sleep in 2 days, I
Yeah.
have a perfect combination of I had one adult pop and
You're ready
the
for bed.
slap smash.
Oh, that like button and that subscribe button and the thumbs up button, which
I'm
is
gonna go upstairs and smash.
also, if you're at Greenies, we got to find a spot to watch WrestleMania because Jeremy and I are going to want to watch WrestleMania. Forgot about
Ooh,
that, didn't you? That's
I
Saturday.
did not. And so here's what I did for Courtney. Speaking of wrestling,
Yeet.
I'm going to do something and I want you to tell me what it is. And you might not
Yeet.
get it because I think you're probably not like a hardcore wrestling fan. I think you are, you know, fair weather fan.
Yeet.
Well.
Yeet.
Name that person.
Don't know. It's old.
All right. So one more time.
1980s, 1990s.
Well. I hooked my girl up, who I'm going to go upstairs and smash with a cameo from
Oh,
the quintessential stud muffin, Joel Gertner. And if you don't know who Joel Gertner is, you are not a wrestling fan and you need to pound sand.
I grew up with Blue Meanie, and if you smell,
But so so when I sent you that video, you had no idea who that was.
I had no idea who that was.
So like he was the manager for the Dudley Boys in ECW.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And so he would always wear like this neck brace with a tie around the neck brace, and he would cut these ridiculous promos, always like very sexual and themed. So I like we're laying in bed, and I'm like, Court, I got something for you, girl. And it's just Joel Gertner, like, well.
When you said that, I was like, I know where that's from. I just don't know the guy. And it
Joel
makes sense.
Gertner.
I watched the video.
I was wondering, like, because I sent you the video, and then you never responded.
I had no idea who it was. And he did a 5-minute video.
Yes. He hit her with the lyrical miracle.
Yeah.
He hit her with the you're gonna hook your husband up with some skins. He did the whole shabizi. So like all the hardcore wrestling marks, the real marks, they understood how awesome that was.
Okay. I wasn't born yet. You know, I remember Dudley Boys when they got to WWF. When Matt Hardy.
I was seeing at the Odeum, I was seeing when like Mike Awesome picked up Spike Dudley from the ring in a gorilla press, threw him into the crowd and called him a little piece of shit.
Yeah,
and I was like they were swearing. It was awesome. New Jack was jumping off of shit. Rob Van Dam was the whole fucking show.
Where'd the Dudley Boys and Steven saw Spike Dudley?
Don't forget about Big Dick Dudley. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you smash. And I totally hate that ass to mouth ASMR.
And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed your hobby release. We'll talk in 3 months when we decide we want to record.
See you in 25. Yatches.
Bye.